Look at them guns. Just look at them. You're not getting across any border with those guns, mate. Alright guys, so what is good? This is my first video back in a very, very, very long time. I've been very busy with absolutely everything. Absolutely everything. For those who don't know, I got an injury, nothing serious, but I injured my foot, which affected me psychologically loads. So it completely put me out of training for... I was training twice a week for about a month and a half, maybe 2 months. I was training twice a week. Seriously affected my size of my legs, seriously affected my strength, seriously affected my size everywhere. My body weight crashed, everything crashed. It was just awful. Which kind of happens when you get injured. Motivation decreases a lot. But I'm back. This is the start of the off-season diaries, as you can see by the title. Because everything's changed. I've realised now that if I want to attain a serious goal, then I can't use just my own knowledge anymore. So I have attained a coach. That is right, I have a coach for the first time ever. Done all my prep myself and everything previously. Not anymore. For this last stretch of off-season, I have attained a coach. Goes by the name of Mr. Dave Crosland. If you know Dave Crosland, then the name speaks for itself. He's an absolute fucking monster. He knows absolutely everything there is to know. If you don't, be sure to check him out on YouTube. Watch his 2 documentaries, because that speaks volumes in itself. Guy's a fucking monster. And I'm not going to not swear, because you can't put Dave Crosland and fucking monster. It has to be in the same sentence, so be sure to fucking check him out. So what's happening with him? Currently, we're on a low-carb diet at the beginning of off-season. Now people are going to say, what the fuck? They're so confused. If you've seen my recent Instagram post, this is going to explain it all. So this is what's going to happen. Currently been doing keto for the last 2 weeks. Now people are going to be so confused as to why. What I'm doing is bringing down my insulin sensitivity, so that when we start adding carbs back in, you don't have to add as much and get more of a better result. Well, that's my interpretation of it. We're using a supplement called berberine as well, which also helps with this, regulating glucose levels and glycogen levels as well, and insulin uptake and whatever. But I'll drop more of that throughout the video, and more as off-season diaries go on. This is just a brief little intro. Going to show you some food throughout the day, and also me and Simo are going to squat. And I am so fucking excited to squat. Now, the way I move today might not be amazing compared to some of you guys, but I worked with Dave for 20 seconds on my squat, and everything changed. Everything changed. I went from high bar to low bar, very wide stance. Was able to squat 160 for 5. The week just gone. No straps, no belt, nothing. And that is very, very strong for me, considering every time I squat, I get injured, or I have been injured, so it's been very psychological to push the weight. So I'm very happy to squat today. I'm excited. I'm even wearing burgundy. I'm so excited. Food. Let's talk about this insulin sensitivity quite quick. So what it is, just when my chicken cooks. So what essentially it is that, you know, if you have low insulin sensitivity, it means that while you're taking in your glucose and whatever, your insulin isn't firing up as much as it needs to. So your body needs to release more insulin from your pancreas to basically get a result and do what it does. Now, if this is happening, this could mean that your body's having a harder time to metabolize the glucose, essentially. So that's what happens. You're taking glucose, and essentially insulin is released depending on the amount and type of glucose you've taken into your body. So your body's having a harder time to metabolize that. And obviously we know, as bodybuilders, you end up eating a lot of carbohydrates. So what we're doing is, you know, going on this keto style diet, heightening the sensitivity, and then we're going to slowly add them back in, and then, you know, see what happens and get the most maximum results out of the body. Because what we're doing is, as well with the keto, is we're not building a foundation on top of, we're not continuing to build on a sloppy foundation, essentially. So we're going to pull back. I have leaned out massively, like I said. If you've looked at my Instagram post, 1 week, 2 days, that is no BS, that is seriously true. I've leaned down massively, and then, you know, you create this perfect foundation, boom, you start pushing, and that's what you start doing, and that's what we're going to start doing. Alright guys, so this is breakfast. You know, I'm not starving myself. I do normally have a lot more salad than that, but I have run out, and on a tight schedule today, as you see from the rest of the video, but it's 1 small avocado, 2 cans of tuna, and some salad just to begin the day with. And that's it for breakfast. Right, that's us on the way to the gym. I've just had my pre-workout meal. That was, I think it was about 150 to 175 grams of cooked steak, same chicken, salad, and etc. Obviously, because it's cow. We've got the man. We'll have to hit some squats, which I said to you earlier this morning that Dave had sorted out my form of my squat. So hopefully today I can move some weight. Just progressively overload each week, nothing serious yet. And then we're going to finish it on some arms. But first, elevate. Elevate. Is it elevate?
Yes. I thought
we can lift weight, but we can't read.
I thought it was called evaluate.
Evaluate. We're going to evaluate. Elevate. This was sent. Simmer won this from CRG Fitness. Yep. Big shout out to him. So the game trainer's going to be rocking that shit and going to be crystal meth eyeballed by the time we get there to hit legs. Hopefully we can hit some PRs today.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Hopefully some mad shit's going to go down and we are in the gym in 3, 2, 1.
So there's 25, 20 behind it, and the sled itself is 50 kilos, so working with 140 kilograms. James is gonna be sick. Let's go, James. Easy weight, come on, buddy. Halfway, come on, man. 2 more. Come on, James. Last one, big one.
So here it is, post-workout meal. 250 grams of steak and mixed salads. Alright, just kind of summarise the day. So, the squats today we ended up working up to 170 for 5, and then the set after was 180 for 3. Now I know Sim has his hands underneath, but that was me. It's like, it was more of a psychological thing. He says he wasn't pulling me up, I don't believe he's pulling me up, believe he won't, I don't give a shit. Also, all the sets I showed you today were just the end kind of failing sets, or towards the end failing sets. They weren't just one set, you know, just do one set and stuff. How are you doing there? Alright, so I've missed out some meals today, and I'm sorry, but my phone died. I can't help it. That's the end of today's vlog, guys. It's just episode one of the off-season diaries. Be sure to follow it in every week, because they will be coming in each week, especially now since Dave has added in carbs back in for week 3. So things are gonna get mental. Like meth eyes, pre-workout mental. Be sure to check out the link below for any Gain Train clothing, merchandise and all social media. God bless, stay swole, eat your protein.